Hello guys, this is Steve and after a long time X-Men issue number 24 came. No, this is 23. Oh, am I just insane? Oh, I'm just feeling very sick. That's why it got me that I am saying 24 in spite of 23. Here we go with the starting of this issue. That is the pretty much sexiest illustration I have seen in this week. See, oh my god, this is the change. Oh, don't let me divert on this one. Anyway, we go with the story about this review. This review is given by geekedoutnation.com. That is, the writer is Draven, Katayama, the loudly silent. Willow Wilson, the celebrated writer of Miss Marvel, begins this New York with a fun setting and even more fun character, a Burning Man-like music festival, and Gambit, our favorite thief charmer, is doing what he does best, trying and falling to flirt with women. When he gets a front row seat to what appears at first to be a natural disaster, the ground opens up like a sinkhole or earthquake. At the same time, a cackling storm swells above. Naturally, his first call is to the Jean Grey School to reach Storm. Wilson's 4-issue arc focuses on Storm, Psylocke, Monet, and Rachel Grey in turn, and Storm shows off her knowledge of the electricity and weather here. Even though Storm is a bossy leader, she still commands the respect of her X-Men peers. They watch in a way as Storm tries to subdue the storm. Wilson writes great dialogue. Storm and Rachel's rocky relationship that has always been one of the most interesting things about this title, and Wilson continues it. I love Rachel's reaction to Storm's instruction to stay here and scout the perimeter. Jubilee is also in this issue, enjoying quality time with Shogo at the JGS when Gambit calls. Jubilee has been both the hurt and the comic relief in this title, and here we see both elements depicted with ease. I like how penciler Roland Bushy gives Jubilee classic Nike high tops. Jubilee feels most happy and relaxed when gives Jubilee class that she's with Shogo, and so I'm glad Wilson chose to keep them together in the story here. Bushy's style is similar to Mahmoud Asrar, All New X-Men, and Gabriel Hernandez Walter, Magneto Astonishing X-Men. Simple, flat, angular outlines with distinct juxtaposition between the foreground characters and the panel backgrounds. Bushy's style is also reminiscent of Chris Anka, especially with faces. See the faces of the two women when Gambit first speaks to them. The drawing is impressive. When an explosion catches Rachel, Monet, and Psylocke by surprise, their bodies are caught in motion in mid-air. So sometimes it may vary the style, but sometimes it is the main important thing that you have to go with the style, but you have to go with the story. And if the style appreciate the story, that means if the style matches with the story, that is the fun time and that is the most enjoyable thing in a comics. And here in this thing, the X-Men 23, this issue is, the story is really catching with the style, but sometimes these illustrations and see these artworks and everything, this looks like vintage or different kind of publishers. Not that much of finishing in that one, not that much of artistic style in that one. That is my issue. Anyway, Storm is still grieving Wolverine, whom she shared a romantic relationship with. Wilson shows us Storm's inner process in a surprising way. I like how Monet speaks up to Psylocke and Rachel about Storm's changed behavior since Wolverine's death. Wilson is excellent at showing the different personalities of this X-Men. There's a brief exchange between Psylocke and Rachel that shows their very different personalities despite their similar power sets. Both are telepathic and telekinetic. So that's the thing, what is changed and what is not changed in some issues. Storm is formidable not just for her mutant powers but for her intelligence. Wilson lets Storm show off here. This issue is packed with more silence than any preceding issue in this X-Men volume, and it's refreshing. Wilson allows Storm to continue grieving Wolverine's death while writing dialogue that accurately reflects Rachel Grey, Psylocke, and everyone. So part 2 Psylocke is coming on. Hope you guys have enjoyed. This is my last review for this day. That means for today, that's Sunday. Hope you guys will enjoy. See you at Monday.